Hi, Paola.
Good morning, everyone.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm just giving some folks
Hi, Paola.
2 minutes to get on, and I'll be right with you. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, everyone.
Well, thank you. I'm just giving some folks
Hi, Paola.
Yo sí tengo un scratchy voice, oiga, que me vea algo or something. Okay, I think we can begin. Good morning, everyone. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Welcome to April's District Service Cabinet meeting. It is a pleasure to be with you guys again. It's been a couple of years since I chaired the DSC. I'm doing it on behalf of Ebenezer, who's out. And we don't have a lot of things on the agenda. So the only thing that I want to thank and report on briefly while some folks get on, we had reported to DOT a pothole sinkhole that was at the intersection of 166 and Audubon Avenue. We just got word on Monday from Lyle that it had been repaired and it's in good shape at this time. So I want to thank you for your hard work and for following up on that issue for us. Now, I don't have anything else to report at this time. So if, Pauline, are you ready to present?
Hi, Paula. Hi, everyone. Good morning. Nothing major to report on my end, but I'm happy to take any questions or any service requests that are needed. Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't have any at this time. I don't know if there's some folks here that might want to address something with you. Maybe they can put it in the chat or ask or raise questions. We're open to questions too. Having heard none, is the New York Presbyterian Hospital's report, Julio Batista. Are you here with us, Julio? I don't think Julio's with us yet, so we can come back to him if he jumps on this call. The next person I have on the agenda is On Point New York City, Jason Beltre. I guess some folks may still be coming in, rain delays a little bit, so I'll come back to those folks that I have called and I have not seen yet. Okay, next on the agenda is the Department of Design and Construction. Maria Joseph, Will Cabezas, and Howard Jang, if I pronounced that correctly, they'll be doing an update on the DCAS projects. Are you guys with us this morning?
Yes, but don't have a DCAS project. I have a DDC project.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Sorry, maybe that was my typo. Go ahead, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yes, I don't have anything new to announce for our project, the pedestrian, sorry, the rehabilitation of the pedestrian ramps, to Manhattan and Queens. We are still waiting on the contractor and the field office to review everything, and we'll find out once the ramps have been accepted by DOT, you will
Okay,
receive a substantial completion letter.
all right. That sounds good.
And the project completion date is August 8th, 2024.
Okay,
And that's it for me.
all righty. Thank you so much. Does anyone have any questions for DDC at this time?
Hi,
No?
Paola. I'm also here from the CDC Outreach Department. This is Marlene Nunez for Outreach
Hi,
Coordinator
Marlene.
from Manhattan. Hi. Just wanted to report on upcoming projects within the district. Currently, there's 3 projects currently in design. One is the Safe Routes to Schools project with locations in CV12. That is expected to start late 2025.
Okay.
We also have the Inwood 10th Avenue Safety Improvements Project, and that is scheduled to start in 2026, mid to late 2026. And lastly, there is the South Bronx East-West Crosstown SBS Bus Project, which is scheduled to start in mid 2025. So as these projects move along, we will keep the community board updated.
All right, thank you so much. We were looking forward to it, especially the SBS Crosstown. I remember when you guys first started discussing this a few years back, so I'm glad to see that it's now coming to fruition. Thank you so much, Marlene. Now we have the MTA, Alberto Roldan. Okay. Okay, Alberto is not with us yet. We can circle back to them. The next person on the agenda, or the next agency in the agenda, is the New York City Department of Housing and Preservation Development, Maggie Carey. Okay. All right, Maggie is not available yet, so we can circle back to her as well. The ring does that, it delays everything, so hopefully some folks can join us while we're going down the agenda. The next person on the agenda is Jennifer McGee with the Department of Buildings.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you? Hi, this is Jennifer from Department of Buildings. Happy Thursday, everyone. I don't have anything new and exciting to report, but I just want to continuously promote our building after hours at 280 Broadway on the first and third Tuesday of the month from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. And that's just designed for homeowners, tenants, building managers, and small businesses to visit the local borough office where DOB staff can answer questions about violations, renovations, and construction projects. And also, we have a new Get Summons Corrected campaign. Look for that in a neighborhood near you. It's just the Department of Buildings, we're increasing our education efforts to help homeowners resolve open summonses. We're going to be doing a few educational workshops before we push it out to the general public, but just look for that near you. I'll put our events page in the chat, and that's it for me.
Thank you so much. And if you have any information digitally that you can send to us, so we can also include it in our newsletter and send it out to our
Absolutely.
constituents, I'll appreciate
problem.
it.
No
Thank you so
problem.
much, Jennifer. Anyone has questions for Jennifer at this time before I move on? Okay, thank you for putting that information on the chat. Okay. Next is the New York City Department of Parks and Recreation. We have Corey Shaw or Christopher Hackman. Good morning. Is there anyone from Parks and Recreation on this call? Okay, we can circle back to them as well. Now, I have Rene Collado with the Department of Sanitation.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You hear me? I'm having issues with my.
No, we can hear you well. Thank you for
Alright.
joining us.
All right, no problem. I really don't have anything to report besides we've been putting out baskets recently on Fort Washington. I still have a lot of baskets missing in the district. So I'm just waiting on a new shipment of baskets to place them out wherever we have them missing.
Okay. I do have a question for you. So we do understand and we've gotten feedback that when these garbage cans are filled with garbage that is not common to be in these things like household goods or other things, that the basket is taken away.
No,
These new baskets that are gonna be donated or put in the district, would they have some type of signage or some type of campaign so people know what to put and not to put in those garbage cans?
no, they just don't want, it just say no personal trash on it, only street garbage. So, but we don't remove them for if people misuse them.
Okay, all right. That was the information that we were getting, so I'm glad that you were able to clarify that. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
No problem.
I don't have anything to report for you for sanitation, so if there's nothing else to report, Renee, I thank you.
All right, you're welcome, thank you.
You're welcome. I think Renee, someone has a question for you. Isidro, go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Paola. Great job, by the way. Superintendent, my name is Isidro Medina, Executive Director of Washington Heights Bid. We do have lots of containers missing from our corners. And also there are lots of issues or some candidates that are running for positions in the Dominican Republic politics. And it's representing a big challenge for the bid. Take all these posters. Is there any way that perhaps we can have a meeting, have a walkthrough and see what the problems are so that we can perhaps some action? I sent Ebenezer a letter detailing all the problems, but I'm not sure it wasn't shared with the Department of Sanitation. Please let me know if there's any way that you and I can meet to check on all these very serious problems that we have in the commercial district of Washington Heights.
Right, I'm gonna email you. I'm gonna put up my my email. You can email me or call me. We get together.
Okay, I think also Jamila has a question for you as well, Superintendent.
Yes.
I had a case, so I don't know if I should just wait until the end, Paola, or because I think it might be multi-agency.
Okay,
so
so
do you
you
rather
want-
me wait to the end?
You could do that. You could do it under your report.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So I'll circle back to you. Thank you, Jamila. All right, now we have Lyle from the Department of Transportation.
Morning, Paula.
Good
Long time no
morning,
see.
Lyle.
How you doing?
Good, good, good.
Morning, everyone. Lyle Blackford from DOT. Just a couple of quick updates. In regards to the pothole on 166 by Audubon. I think you saw my email earlier this week, Paula. The pothole has been fixed. There are a couple of multiple potholes in the area, some small ones. Our roadways division went over there over the weekend to address those, so those should be fixed now. But if anyone sees that that's not the case, please let me know and I'll bring the information back to my colleagues. Regarding the tunnel on 91st Street, per my colleagues, the tunnel was last cleaned on March 20th and is scheduled to be cleaned tomorrow, April 19th.
Okay.
Regarding the column repair on the Little Red Lighthouse pathway, still no update, but believe it or not, I'm actually getting closer to getting an answer.
Okay.
I'm hoping to get some sort of answer one way or the other by next month's meeting. So stay tuned. I hope to have something by then. And before I go, I just wanted to mention something real quick in regards to this Saturday. DOT, as you hopefully all know, is hosting Car Free Earth Day. There'll be select locations throughout the 5 boroughs where DOT will be having some events, ideally to promote the usage of, well, the non-usage of cars, hence Car Free Earth Day. And within Manhattan, there'll be several locations, 2 signature locations in Washington Heights and Inwood, one being on St. Nicholas Avenue between West 181st and 190th, and on Dykeman Street from Broadway / Quisqueya Plaza west to La Marina.
Okay,
And the third location that has more or less just been announced, that's going to be on Audubon Avenue between West 165th and 166th Streets. That's going to be on a smaller scale. So it's from 10 to 4 on Saturday. Hopefully everybody can attend. It's a pretty good time, and hopefully we'll get some awareness about the environment and the non-usage of cars. So hope to see everyone there, and that's it for me.
thank you, Lyle. I actually opened up this district service cabinet meeting, giving you kudos for addressing that pothole issue in particular. So I'm glad that you emphasize on that, because I know that it took a lot of your time to get it resolved, and we thank you again.
No problem, Polly. Thanks so much, and we'll be in touch with a couple of things. I'll try to reach out to you before the end of the week.
Definitely, please. I'm glad that you said that. I just wanted to let you guys know that while Ebenezer is out, feel free to please send any communication or anything that you need to follow up to my email. I'll be putting that in the chat as well. Thank you, Lyle,
Thank
again.
you.
You're welcome. Now we're going to New York City Department of Transportation Projects, Valerie and Yana.
Hello, Paola. Good morning,
Hi.
everybody. Hi, this is Jana Almonte, Community Construction Liaison for the Broadway Bridge Project. I just wanted to mention that, as previously announced, construction activity continues to take place on the Broadway Bridge. As a result, single and double lane closures will continue to take place, as well as alternative sidewalk closure will be in place, and lanes will reopen after 3 p.m. and at least one sidewalk will be open at all times for the pedestrian, and that'll be it on my part. Unless you have a
Okay.
question.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, now we're moving along to the 34 precinct updates. Inspector Castillo. Is there anyone from the 34 precinct to give an update? Okay, we can circle back to you as well. I see, you can go ahead, since there's no one yet from the 34 precinct. Go ahead and give us the update on 181st Street, since it's still kind of under your review.
Hello, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
My name is Will Cabezas. I'm the assistant resident engineer for the project on 181 Street in St. Nicholas and 181 Street in Broadway. We are working 6 days a week, Monday through Friday, from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Currently, our completion date, we are looking into early next year, 2025, around March. And we're working right now on Con Edison relocating their utilities so we can install the pedestrian ramps and the new catch basins on St. Nicholas. If you have any questions, let me know.
All right, I appreciate it, Will. I think Isidro might have a question for you. Go ahead, Isidro.
I have like many issues, Will, with this construction taking so long. We started this like over 2 years ago, and we've been promising that this is going to end by the end of the fall, the spring, and now this is going to last until like the springtime. And the excuse is that you always have to be careful because of the gas, the electricity, the subway. I mean, our small businesses here are complaining so much about on how frustrated they are about all the parking spots being taken out. And it's not fair for them that they have to be waiting for so long. And we're really disappointed on how the process is going. We need to have some closure to this, because I can promise you, spring is going to come and you're going to extend this until next year. That is completely unacceptable. And the small businesses here are struggling because of it. So I hope that you bring this to your supervisors and let them know that the 181 Washington Heights bid is not happy, and the small businesses that represent our community are not happy either. So we need to have some understanding on how it's going to come to an end. Really, really frustrating. And again, I apologize for my outburst, but it's just taking for too long. Thank you, Paula.
No, thank you, Isidro. Thank you for letting us know.
Hi, Isidro. This is Marlene Nunez from DDC Outreach. We can talk offline if you'd like to meet with us and the team, and we can discuss some of these concerns you have.
Please, I really will welcome this meeting. Thank you so much.
Is there
Okay, we'll be in
anyone, before we move on and we're on this topic, is there anyone from Con Ed here that wants to add to
Yes.
to this project? Okay.
I don't have an update, but I will check in on a status of it. It's, can you remind me what is the it's 181st Street, any specific
St.
part
Nicholas
of
is,
it?
St. Nicholas?
yeah, 181 and St. Nicholas.
Okay.
And then the other location is 181 Street and Broadway.
Thank
Well,
you, Anna, for
what I'll
checking back
tell
with
you-
your team.
What I will tell you is that when we I mean, I don't know the exact status of this, but anytime we're working on high traffic areas like that, St. Nicholas and Broadway, 181st, those are major intersections. So working in high traffic areas can make things take longer because there's often, you know, the traffic is one thing that we have to get around. You know, it's so that would affect all kinds of stuff. But I'm going to look into it specifically, but that's just offhand. I know how these things tend to go. And anytime it is a high traffic area, it complicates things a lot and it makes things take longer and things are louder a lot. So that's just a little bit of insight as to some of the challenges in doing underground infrastructure work there. But I will look into it and get back to Isidro and get a status update. Okay.
I appreciate that from you, Alina, and maybe when Marlene and Isidro get together, you can be part of that meeting too, and you guys can kind of like discuss those things offline. And if you need me to be there for anything, support, or if you want to have that meeting here, feel free to reach out to me, okay?
I'm going to put my info in the chat. Email is always the best way to reach me because then I have it written down and then, you know, things don't get away from us. So
okay,
I'll put the email in the chat right now. And Marlene or either whoever plans the meeting, if you could please add me, I would appreciate it. Thank you.
Sure, I'll definitely add you, Paola, as well. One thing I also wanted to mention, as well knows, this project's allowable work hours are dictated by DOT. So that may be another component to this conversation, and we can also loop them in as well.
Also, definitely, I don't know if Lyle is still on the call, but I'll make sure that he is when we do set up that meeting, because together we can figure this out, and maybe by having that meeting, it'll be more conducive to the completion date or to, you know, other factors that businesses in that area need to know and need to plan ahead for. Okay.
Thank you, Alina. Thank you, Marlene. Thank you, Will.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Isidro, for bringing that up. So now we have still, is there someone from the 34th precinct here that would like to give their update? Okay, there's no one here yet, so we'll circle back to them. How about from the 33rd precinct, Captain Hernandez? Just make sure. All right.
Hello, can anyone hear me?
Yes.
Hi,
Welcome.
good morning, it's Lieutenant Saburo from the 33rd Precinct.
Thank you.
My camera's not working. It seems there might be an issue with the link. I'm not sure.
Don't worry about it.
So here, I'm sitting in for Captain Hernandez this morning. He's at a meeting with downtown.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna give you a rundown. I want a rundown of the 28th day. 28th day murders are still at 0. Rapes are currently even at 1. Robberies, I've seen a big increase. I'll get into that in a moment. Robberies, 17 versus 7 for a percentage increase of 142. Felony assaults are up 17 versus 16 for percentage increase of 6%. Burglaries are up 7 versus 3 for the 28th day. Grand larcenies are currently up 34 versus 28 for the for a percentage increase of 21%. And grand larceny autos are even for the 28th day at 6. What's driving these robberies and these grand larcenies are well, for the robberies and the grand larcenies in particular are the scooters. Please, the scooters, they're doing chain snatches, they're doing robberies on the scooters, primarily in Highbridge Park. We've increased our patrols throughout all tours, increased our police presence, but they are going after unfortunately females between the ages of anywhere from mid-teens to their 50s and 60s doing chain snatches. So please, if around any time after 12 to about 6 o'clock p.m. So 12 noon, 6 p.m. So if you are, in a neighborhood, please, any cell phones, valuables, keep your chains, don't show off your jewelry. If you're on the phone, walking on the block, please be aware of your surroundings, because they're coming with scooters and they're fleeing on scooters. We've taken hundreds of scooters in the past several weeks to address the problem. Our parking lot is full of scooters as we speak. That's primarily what's driving robberies. Grand larcenies are the car breakings. Again, in the same area of Highbridge Park along Edgecombe Avenue and also Riverside Drive. We're doing the same thing every night. Please do not leave any valuables that could be seen in your car. If you make sure you secure your vehicle. They're peeking into cars. They're taking things such as we've gotten reports of people leaving jewelry. Please reach out to your constituents. The community shouldn't be leaving things like jewelry, personal cell phones, laptops in the cars. They are breaking into vehicles. This has been an ongoing concern for a while, and we do have a plan in effect to combat these vehicle break-ins.
Okay. Is that something that you guys are working on now that maybe is gonna roll out soon, or those are for future plans? Because
No, we've increased our police presence also in regards to the robberies and the snatches in regards to the scooters. We've increased our presence. We've created a second anti-crime team who now works in the morning. They come in at 11 a.m. Initially, we had only one that came in at 6 to 2. We created a second team. That second team starts at 11 a.m. because what we're seeing is the pattern with the scooter and the robberies / snatches is that they're happening between 12 and 6. So we do have an extra anti-crime team out there addressing the scooters. The thing with the scooter is they are difficult to catch. They are they are driving recklessly throughout the city. Everyone sees it every day. It's something we are addressing. Our traffic officers are also out there writing summonses, confiscating scooters. Our public safety team / anti-crime team is addressing it. But it is difficult because there are a lot of constituents in our community who, they use scooters legally just to get around the city, to, as a mode of transportation, and to identify the small minority in the community who are doing the bad, it makes it a difficult process.
I understand, and these scooters are not registered, so it makes it even harder because these electric scooters don't have license plates. A lot of these motorbikes are not registered. I also have a question for you. Does your car theft division or group have any safety tips? And is there anything being put in place? I understand that you have these this extra unit for what's happening during the day, the people running and snatching things on motorbikes, but how about these cars that are being stripped in our district and left on cinder blocks? For you to take 4 tires out of any possible moving vehicle. I believe, I don't know, I'm assuming it takes a couple of minutes or something, but it's just strange to me that no neighbor can identify, the people doing this. The hours that is happening, which is usually, after 12 p.m. when people are sleeping, between 12 and 6 a.m. because when folks get up to go to work and they walk to their car, they realize that their car has been vandalized and that they're missing their converter or they're missing the 4 tires. And so this tends to happen a lot on the weekends, during the nights, and in conspicuous places where there's not a lot of lighting, or they know that the police presence is not too active in that area. What's being done, or what can you give our constituents as far as safety tips or things that they can do to prevent that in particular?
So I'll address I understand. I know we took a report last week where 4 doors were actually missing, were actually removed. So now they're not only going after tires and rims, they're taking off the doors.
Oh my God.
Yes. So it's happening primarily along Riverside Drive. It is dark in that area. I've been through that area. I don't work primarily at night, but I've been there at night. It is dark. We're working on getting light towers over there to increase the light presence. In addition, we've increased, I can't tell you exactly where, but we have increased the number of surveillance cameras that are in that area.
Yeah, that's very
Can't
good.
tell you exactly where. I know
No,
already.
of course, that would defeat the
there.
purpose. Yes.
But as a prevention, it goes back to, we're getting reports of people calling 911 or coming to the precinct because they left a laptop in the back seat, or rings and jewelry. We're not talking about a couple of dollars, and we're talking about a laptop is $1,000, $1,200, people living in their car. So we also need the community's help to help address this.
Yes.
So, like I said, if you don't leave valuables where it could be physically seen, computers, iPhones in the front seat. As far as tires and rims, get wheel locks. It might not be the best. It might not solve the problem 100%, but at least it's an extra buffer. I have wheel locks I've always had wheel locks on my personal vehicle. It's an extra buffer. It might take an extra few minutes to remove that wheel, and maybe in those extra couple of minutes, a police car will be driving by. As far as catalytic converter, I could put you in contact with also my crime prevention officer. I could type it in the chat for everyone to get. Michael McDonald, he's great at what he does. They do VIN etching, just like you would VIN tire, windshield, or they VIN etch catalytic converters. I believe I just sent them something actually the other day. There's going to be a program for VIN etching coming up.
Is that program for VIN etching free to
Yes.
the public? Okay.
Yes, and I'll type his information in the chat as soon as I get a chance. But let me just pull up an email. I know I sent them something the other day.
Okay.
If anything, I could always send it. So there's gonna be free So for instance, on Friday, May 3rd, at 135th Street and 12th Avenue, there's going to be a VIN etching program.
Okay.
Sponsored by the department. It's gonna be a serial number directly for your vehicle. So it will be I will be coming in our database, and it's from 12 to 4, and you'll get window stickers and a specific ID number. It's just solely to the vehicle owner. So I'll put that all in the chat. And it's these type of things that help prevent crime, in the future.
Thank you, Lieutenant. And if you have that information or any flyers that you would like us to distribute and add to our newsletter and our mailing list, I've put my email in the chat. Please feel free to send those so we can, let folks know about that.
I'm typing his contact information as we speak.
All right. Thank you so much for your updates and for giving us valuable information, Lieutenant Saburo. I appreciate it. Next, we have the report from Manhattan District Attorney's Office. We have Fernanda Lujan here, and she's going to share with us what's going on at the DA's office. Yeah, you could just speak. Let me go get speak. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Hi, everybody. Good morning. My name is Fernanda Lujan. I'm the Community Engagement Coordinator for the Manhattan DA's office at the Washington Heights location. So for today, I have two events that we are encouraging people to attend. One is happening this Sunday. It's the candlelight vigil for crime survivors. So this is hosted by the Manhattan DA's office along with the Attorney General's office and other district attorneys' offices too. This vigil is mainly to provide like a unique forum for victims and also their advocates to honor those who were lost to violent crime. I'm going to be sharing these flyers with Paola so that people can attend. This is going to be happening on West End Collegiate Church. And then we're also encouraging people to attend and join us on the upcoming Wednesday, April 24th by wearing jeans. So this is gonna be for Denim Day. This actually was a Supreme Court decision that overturned a rape conviction because the victim wore tight jeans. So we're just gonna be doing some activism in West 166th Street here at the office.
Right in front of our building, right?
Right in front of our building. So it would be happening around noon, but I will follow up with any time frame that we will be downstairs doing that.
Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you so much. Now we're moving on to other agency and elected officials, and I have Vianela Rivas from the New York Public Library here with some updates. Take it away, Vianela. I think the camera will follow you.
Good morning, everyone. Vianela Rivas from the Washington Heights branch of the New York Public Library. We are located in 1000 San Nicolas Avenue, right in the corner of 160th Street. We have some good news. The Washington Heights Library has been selected to be to have a pilot program for summer reading for
And how usually it's like
for the children.
Right. 3-4 was missing, like.
So everybody.
Go ahead. You forgot to go on mute.
So the pilot program is the goal is to help children with homework assignments and activities, to help them to be ready for the fall. And the ages for this particular group is gonna be from 6 to 12. And they're gonna be supporting reading, coaching, and drop-off activities for that is gonna take place in the second floor of the library for children. So we are very happy about that. And I'm gonna share the flyer with you, Paola.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Okay, folks, I see here that there is a representative from the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. I have had the pleasure of working with that agency in a few years. So if you have an update to give us this morning, we're more than welcome to it. I see Jeffrey Velasquez.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I don't have any current updates at the moment. I know that in the past, Ebenezer was concerned about the ADA door on Fort Washington at the bus station. That has been fixed.
Okay.
So I know that that was a big concern for folks as well. But yeah, so I'm happy to answer any questions or any concerns that folks may have.
Okay, and if there's none at this time, would you be nice enough, Jeffrey, to put your contact information in the chat? So if anyone wants to reach out to you offline, they can. But I believe you have a question from Isidro. If you can just hang on for 1 second. Go ahead, Isidro.
Thank you so much, Paola. Jeffrey, it's a pleasure to meet you. So I do have a concern about 181 and Amsterdam Avenue. The connection that gets into I-95 coming from the Bronx, as you make a right turn close to Amsterdam Avenue. There's a space there that is completely filled with junk. I tried to connect with DOT and they tell me that's not under their jurisdiction. And I was requested to check with the Port Authority. Is there any way that perhaps you and I can either have a meeting or email to see how we can perhaps clean this area. I do have a team of sanitation, supplemental sanitation workers that perhaps can assist, but it's really horrible. I sent a note to Ebenezer and many other local stakeholders, but we don't seem to have traction to see who's going to take care of this. Perhaps with sanitation, we can have an understanding how we're going to clean this up. If you can share your email, I'll be definitely able to send you what I'm referring to. A lot of
Okay.
graffiti, and doesn't give a good image of our community to those who are traveling alongside I-95. So I'll be happy to connect with you. Thank you, Paola.
Yeah. Yes, I would love to connect offline to see how we could assist with the cleanup. I have to follow with the facilities, my colleagues at facilities on my end as well.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's just a group effort, and then once it's done one time, then you guys can have like a periodic cleaning or maintaining of that area. So thank you so much, Jeffrey. Any other agencies here that need to report before I move to circling back to some agencies that I called prior and to give the elected officials their part? Is there any other agency here that needs to report?
Hi, this is Josh Bryant from New York City Emergency Management. We have a quick update for the month of April.
Okay.
It is National Volunteer Month. You can search for volunteer opportunities through New York City Service that match your interests, skills, and location. New York City Service promotes volunteerism, engages New Yorkers in service, builds volunteer capacity, and mobilizes the power of volunteers to help the city's greatest needs. Take the next step to preparedness and request an in-person or virtual emergency preparedness presentation. And lastly, as always, sign up to Notify NYC to receive the city's official information about emergency alerts and important city services. Visit nyc.gov/notifynyc, call 311, follow Notify NYC on Twitter, or download the free mobile application for your Apple and Android device. Individuals can receive notifications in 13 different languages as well as American Sign Language. And I'll drop my contact information in the chat as well as a bunch of other links as well.
Thank you so much, Josh. And if you have a digital flyer for these for the volunteer opportunity event, I've put my email in the chat. Feel free to send it to the community board and we'll make sure that our constituents receive it.
Will do. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I see Tamara from CUCS. Good morning, Tamara.
Good morning. We just have a quick update. For this month, we have made 2 permanent placements as well as 5 transitional placements. We currently still have 1 client that's still currently on the street, but we are working to engage that client and get them inside. We are working with OnPoint and connecting with OnPoint as well as currently engaging clients on Holy Road. And that's all that we have to update.
I have one quick question. We received a call this week of a couple that was looking for a, like a family shelter in the district, but I know that we don't have one. Is there any way that you can send me your most updated list of, family shelters, individual shelters, men, women, so we can update our directory and provide our constituents this information?
Of course. I can have that to you by the end of the day.
Thank you, Tamara. I appreciate it so much.
No problem.
Yes, I'll share. Once Tamara sends it to me, I'll share it with everyone. We'll put it in our newsletter, okay? All right. I see I have Marsha from DSS. Good morning, Marsha.
Hi, good morning, Paola. Good morning, everyone. Yes, I just wanted to give a quick update. Marsha Horn, Manhattan Borough Director with Department of Social Services and Intergovernmental Legislative Affairs. I do want to highlight that there have been some changes or just updates really for asylum seeker resources. There's a link that individuals can go on to view available resources. I'll put that in the link as well in the chat. So you can circulate that link, Paola, and also for Ebenezer. as well as the IDNYC. Just as a reminder that appointments are now required for all of the IDNYC locations. They will not see walk-ins, so please, please make sure we share that individuals must secure an appointment. Appointments are released every week on Friday afternoons for the next following week, Monday through Friday. In addition, for the Fairfares MetroCard, Fairfares MetroCard is the reduced fare, half fare MetroCard that individuals can apply and see if they are eligible for the reduced fare. In addition, just want to also note that for any individuals that are experiencing skimming, which are individuals noticing that their benefits have been decreased, let's say, and they were not the one using, or have made the purchases for the benefits, so they can go on to the skimming link. I'll put that also in the chat for a replacement request. Also for the our homeless population, of course, for our clients, please know that, please reach out to the 311 to request any outreach. And if anyone sees any encampment or any structure or feel that someone that may be in need, please reach out to 311 to flag that to us. Yeah. And Viola, I know you just mentioned also about family shelters in the district. I'm going to also, check and see what's there for the family shelter side. I'm not really familiar yet exactly, but I'll circle back and see what I also locate.
All right, I appreciate that. And as well, I will be updating, this building housed an IDNYC office in our lower floor. So we get a lot of people that mistake and come to the community board thinking that the IDNYC office is here. So I'm glad that you informed me that it's now no more walk-ins, appointments only, so I can tell the folks and they can make the necessary arrangements to get their ID.
Yes, so we appreciate that.
Thank you, Marcia.
You're
And
very
I
welcome.
look forward to receiving your information, and thank you so much for your report.
You're
Okay. Jose Melendez?
Hi, good morning. Josue Melendez. I'm the Bronx Government Affairs Officer for NYC Aging. I'm here filling in for a couple of the Manhattan community boards. So I just have a couple of updates for today. So just in advance of next month being Older Americans Month, I want to announce that we're going to have a couple of events happening in May, and I'd just like people to stay kind of on top of our social media. You can search NYC Aging, and you'll see the different events that we're going to be putting on. Specifically, we have one on May 29th in Foley Square called Grooves. We're going to have a lot of older adults and some young people as well come together to celebrate annual Older Adult Health and Fitness Day. So we're going to have a few events like that throughout the month. We really would like people to kind of be aware and participate if possible. Second is, as things start to get a little bit warmer, we know that people are going to request, us to come out to events or table and whatnot. I posted a link a little bit in the chat a little bit earlier with our outreach request form. We just asked that if you're interested in having us come to any of your events, just fill out that quick form. You just put in some basic information, and then it allows us to track it a little bit more efficiently inside of our own agency, and then assign the appropriate unit to go. So if it's a health fair, we can have health specific units go and give proper information. If it's a general fair, you probably see myself or one of the other government affairs officers, and so on. And last, we are putting together a service needs assessment survey that's going to be slowly rolling out today, actually, at a town hall that's happening in Brooklyn with the mayor's office. And what it is it's a survey for older adults and their caregivers that allows us to get a better idea of how they're receiving our services or not receiving our services. And if that's the case, how we can kind of improve ourselves and make it easier for older adults to access NYC Aging services. It is it's a short survey, or decent sized surveys, about 35 questions, I believe. Some of them dependent if you're a caregiver or not. And we're going to be rolling that out. So as I have more information about that, I'll be sending out a blast email to some of the community boards and the elected officials as well, just with further details on how the survey can be completed, and also how you can help us kind of get those surveys back and really get a good feedback from older adults. Aside from that, I have my email and phone number in the chat. So if you have any questions or concerns related to older adults, please always feel free to reach out to me. And as I said, once we have, until we have a permanent Manhattan Government Affairs officer, I'll be the main person you can deal with and reach out to directly. Okay, Paula?
Thank you so much, Josue. I just want to ask you the date for that older adults event that you first mentioned. It's when?
It's May 29th.
May 29th. So
It'll
that
be
means that the aging committee can meet in May and further advertise that event for you, our
Perfect.
aging committee here. So if you want to send me any flyers or any literature that I can share with them,
Absolutely.
I'll be happy to do that.
It's great. It's in Foley Square. So it's right across from where our offices are. It's easy to get to. And, if everyone can come out to it, we definitely would appreciate it. But once I have more information or a flyer, I'll definitely send it your way as well.
Thank you so much, Josue. Thank you for your report. And Alina from Con Ed. Go ahead, Alina.
Hi. Yes. I just wanted to mention that we're gonna have a table at the DOT's Inwood Car Free was
Event.
it Car Free Earth Day?
Car Free Earth Day on Saturday.
Yeah, we're gonna be there. We have a table. We're gonna be telling people about our low income bill programs and stuff like that. And so I just wanted to let you guys know that we'll be there. We're also going to be making an appearance at next week's Inwood Merchants Association monthly merchant meeting. We have our energy efficiency, small, medium business subject matter expert talking to local businesses about ways they can upgrade their systems to save money and to save energy. So just wanted to let you know we are in the community. I was actually in Community Board 12 yesterday, making a couple site visits. I was at Wheels, the high school right near the bridge, near the Radio Hotel. Also visited Congressman Espaillat's office, said hello to them, and went to Fort Tryon. On a related note, I am blessed to have been invited to be on the Fort Tryon Park Trust board on behalf of Con Edison. So they're one of our, thank you. They're one of our community partners. So we give them a grant every year, and really excited to be involved more and help them out with stuff in the park.
Oh, that's great to hear. I think we have a question for you, Alina, from Oliver Grullon.
Hello. What's up, Oliver?
Are you still with us, Oliver? You muted, Oliver.
Oh, that's what it is. How you doing?
Good morning.
Morning. Actually, I had my hand raised earlier just because in the event I just wanted to kind of give a brief introduction about our organization. But I want to give someone else a chance if they have a question to share to Ms. Uriel.
I saw Isidro raise his hand. Was that for me, Isidro, or?
Yes, I actually wanted to thank you, Alina, for something that I called you. That problem was rectified without your help. Could not have done it. So thank you so much. Looking forward.
Which problem, Isidro? There's so many of them. You're gonna have to be more specific. There's so many.
We're looking forward to seeing you with the Inwood Merchant Association about how to interact with businesses, because I think that our small businesses here don't have an idea on how to save on energy. And I think if you can provide those resources and ideas, that can help us a lot, because they are practically our identity. They represent our culture here, and we have to keep them informed. So thank you so much, Alina.
So with that said, Alina, would those presentations be bilingual, especially for this community? Would that be available in Spanish?
I don't think that presentation is bilingual, just because they didn't ask for that. So, and it's actually like a PowerPoint presentation where it's like somebody who's going to be like talking, and that person is not bilingual. But we do have bilingual resources. We have bilingual resources. I would have to look into specifically what we have, but that presentation is going to be in English. If people need bilingual stuff, that's actually a good call out for me, and I'll try to make sure to see what like printed resources we have that we could bring in. I know the
Yeah, just
presentation.
because echoing on what Isidro said, it's our businesses and our small merchants, and not all of them, you know, have great knowledge or are very fluent in English. So having some literature or something, you know, or maybe a link that they can go themselves and see this information in their language would be very helpful. That's the only reason why I wanted to add that to it.
Absolutely. Thanks for mentioning it. The presentation is in person, so I'll be there too.
Okay.
And I'll look into what we have. I'm glad you mentioned it. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Alina. Does anyone have any other questions for Con Edison before we move on? No? Thank you, Alina. If there's no other agencies to report, I would like to move to the elected officials report. And I have Jamila.
Yes. Hi, Paola. Thank you. And you're doing such a good job.
Thank you. I
Just props
appreciate
to you. Yeah, I had 2 cases that I wanted to share. I don't have an update from our office. I usually just do that at the general meeting. But I wanted to bring 2 different cases to the city agencies. One is more of a question for DOB and Department of Sanitation. There's a building in our district. It's 11 Wood Street, and they have like a back area, courtyard kind of, that is filled with trash, and I have pictures of it that I can email you guys. But I wanted to know what is the best way to, like, besides getting in touch with the landlord, which I have. Is there a finding that we could give them, summons that we can give them to make sure that they clean that area? I'm hearing from all tenants regarding this issue, so I wanted to talk to you guys about that. And then, should I give you guys a chance to respond first?
Yes. Let them address that question first, because I'm very interested to see. I think that it would be good if they received a summons, especially if it hasn't been cleaned and addressed in a while.
All right.
Is there anyone from DOB still on the call and from sanitation?
Yes, I'm still on the call. I know I had a similar complaint yesterday from a different community board, but when it comes to dirty lot complaints, it's the best way in general all across the board is a 311 complaint, because it documents the incident, and it allows, you know, resources to be allotted, you know, so it's documented. A lot of times I get emails and with no 311 complaint, so we can't go back and say we had 5 complaints before. If you have a 311 complaint, it'll be filled to the right office. In this case, 9 times out of 10, it might, once you do the 311 complaint, you can send it to me, but they'll automatically fill it to the proper agency, and it might go to the Department of Sanitation and Department of Health, and then they do an inspection and give fines, violations as well. Sometimes it will go through Department of Buildings, but again, if there's ever a question, you could just send me the address along with the 311 complaint number, and then I can look it up. And if we have it, if it's a Department of Building issue, it'll automatically be in our system. But the 311 complaint number automatically goes to the proper agency.
Okay, I know that they have made those complaints. That's what I'm following up. But if you can give me your email, that'd be great, and I could send you emails and pictures.
Yeah. Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. So Jamila, if you wanna
I'll put my information in the chat, my email.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Yeah, you hear me?
Yes, we hear you,
Yeah,
Superintendent.
sanitation, this is Superintendent Collado. With that, we don't issue fines, because if it's not visible from the sidewalk in the street, then we can't issue a fine. So what I do is I do get a lot of those for people, and I see videos, I see pictures of people's backyards where they just throwing trash, and I just reroute those complaints to either Department of Building or Department of Health. We don't really have access, so we can't do anything.
That's good to know. I appreciate it. So I'll send it to both Department of Health and DOB when Jennifer sends your email. And then Paula, the last one is I'm not sure who has jurisdiction over this area. It is near Riverside Drive. It's like kind of like by the highway. There's again a bunch of trash there. It's like I'm assuming that it has a little bit to do with DOT on the state side and maybe parks. It's an area where a lot of homeless people have encampments. We run Uptown, they do cleanups in that area, but it's really, really bad. So I'm gonna email, I guess, everybody who I think should have jurisdiction over that area to flag it for them because it looks really, really bad. But I wanted to bring it here so that you guys know that it's coming from my office.
Okay, and just so for reference, Jamila, is these under the ramps?
Yes.
Okay.
So you know about it.
Yeah, so please include me in the email because I would love to follow up.
Yes, okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And that's it for me.
All right, thank you, Jamila.
Jamila. It's Marcia again with DSS. Just really quick, you said that what location is that?
So it's on Riverside, by the highway. It's under a bunch of it's under a bunch of highway ramps. So I don't know the exact location. It's tough to find on Google Maps.
I can chime in on that. So Marcia, sorry to interrupt you, Jamila. If you look at the ramps that connect from 155th to the Dyckman Street entrance, it's under that pathway, right, Jamila?
It's more on the Cabrini side, on where Morgan Corbin Circle is. So it's a little bit more uptown. But I have the pictures and I'll try my best to find the location. I was trying to find it before this meeting. I wasn't able to. But from my understanding, because I think I've spoken to Parks about this, it's like between them and DOT and also state DOT. So it's a lot of agencies, which then causes the issue of who's going to solve the issue because of the jurisdiction, which we hear constantly in this meeting and now from all the different cases. So I'm going to send an email to everybody who I think has jurisdiction over this area, and I'll make sure to include you, Paola. And then one thing for Tamara, if you can share your email, that'd be great. We always have questions of how can we report when there's someone in need, whether that's on the street or an MTA station. We usually call On Point because they provide services for people more quickly than I would say DSS, since it's usually a 311 call. So we usually send it to Jason, who I'm sad he's not here at the moment. But Jason usually responds really, really fast when it comes to anyone who is sleeping on the streets or looks like they're intoxicated or some type of substance. But I wanted to connect with Tamara, if you can share your email.
Of course.
And then I'm
I have
done.
my contact
Tamara?
information in the chat now.
Yeah, Tamara has put her information in the chat, so feel free to grab it from there, Jamila. And so has Marcia, so if you want to email them simultaneously, you can.
Yeah, I was just about to add that, Paola.
I got
Because
you.
I know when it comes to in the train station, it's not really
Your
you know, it's-
jurisdiction.
right. So I just wanted to make sure. So yeah, you can definitely add me on there. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Will do. Thank you all.
Thank you, Jamila. Edgar from State Senator's Office.
Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Edgar Tavares from Senator Jackson's office. Just a few things to report. We are in the middle of finalizing the state budget deal. One of the things that we're obviously pushing is for a good cause eviction to support tenants in the middle of a housing crisis. We're also pushing for a progressive tax bill, which would be more distinct to the different incomes that people get so that taxing could be more fair in the state of New York. Another thing that we are pushing is for the pension reform of Tier 6, being that it's the bottom return on pension plans and trying to get people to earn more from these pension programs.
Did you say Tier 6?
Tier 6, yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Thank you so much, Ed.
Another thing being that addressing the housing crisis is that we have an an ongoing collaboration with the Met Council on Housing. Every month, there are 2 dates where we hold tenants' rights clinics at 5030 Broadway at 6 o'clock. The next dates are April 22nd, May 14th, and May 28th. Again, it's twice every month. We recently had on the more fun side of things, we recently had a Manhattan bike tour where the senator, myself, and some others decided to bike and visit different locations. And tomorrow is the 30th anniversary of Nas's Illmatic. I know many of us here were raised on Nas's music, and New York State had honored and recognized the masterpiece that is Illmatic, which is the anniversary of it is tomorrow. That's all I have to report. But of course, like if anyone here knows any people that are interested in learning more about their rights as a tenant, definitely please contact me or just inform them about the Tenants' Rights Clinic. We do have more and more people attending, but there's always more people who need to know more information on their rights as tenants. So, yeah.
Thank you,
That's
Edgar.
it.
I think we have included this in our newsletter because I remember I saw it. But if you have any ones that carry on, because I know you're saying it's 2 times a month. So if you have your dates already for like June or July or when you get them, if there's like an updated flyer that you want us to share, feel free to send it to us.
Absolutely. They come out every week on Senator Jackson's newsletter. So I'll definitely send that to you.
All right. Thank you so much. Do we have any more elected officials reports? No.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, hi, Tiffany.
How are you this morning?
Good, very good. Thank you.
Good morning. So I bring greetings to you from our great mayor and City Hall, and I just have 2 things that I will report on today. The first being Mayor Adams launches a pilot to rapidly connect families fleeing domestic violence with permanent housing. Project Home, a pilot program to provide intensive specialized housing search assistance to domestic violence survivors with children living in the city shelters. Beginning with 100 families, Project Help will help domestic violence survivors find safe, permanent homes and reduce the amount of time spent in shelters. And the second thing I would like to report on would be that Mayor Adams and our DOT Commissioner Rodriguez has launched Locker NYC to combat package theft and reduce delivery truck traffic. Free public delivery lockers available 24/7 on city sidewalks will allow New Yorkers to receive secure packages. Package deliveries pilot program aims to reduce a number of delivery trucks on narrow streets by centralizing delivery locations. And I can send you more information on both of these reports.
I would like that.
Okay, I'll do that as soon as this meeting is over, and that concludes my report unless someone has a question.
I do regarding the lockers. Is this like for Amazon deliveries, FedEx, DHL, like whatever have you?
Yes, the way it's rolling out, the way I understood it is that it's going to be for all whatever deliveries you have coming to you.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yes, please send us that information. It's very much needed in this district.
Will do.
Thank you so much, Tiffany.
All right.
Do we have any other reports from the electeds? Okay, if not, I just want to give my rundown like I promised of the folks that I called that may be already on the call. So I have New York Presbyterian. Julio, do you have anything that you want to announce? Julio's not on the call. Okay. Then we have Parks and Recreation. No one there. And then lastly, the 34th precinct, Inspector Castillo. Okay. Well, being that there are no other reports, are there any questions for me or for anyone on this call? Oliver, go ahead.
Hello everyone. Hope all is well. My name is Oliver Grujon, and I just wanted to just make a quick announcement and a really kind of an introduction. So I work for United Community Schools as a community school director for one of our local schools here, PS4 Duke Ellington, over on 500 West 160th Street between Broadway and Amsterdam. And I just wanted to really introduce myself because we're building this community school model, which is really something, a model that I think that, you know, all of our schools should be adopting in terms of providing a holistic approach to our families and to our teachers and educators and staff within the school and finding linkages within the community. So I wanted to just introduce myself, and I provided my contact in the chat. And so if there's any opportunities where maybe we could collaborate, look forward to meeting with, I'm sure many of you in the community to see how we can help foster that community school model and help do great things for the community overall. So just wanted to introduce myself and say hello. Thank you.
Thank you again, Oliver. Okay.
Hi.
Yes, go ahead.
Hi, this is Valerie Torshan, the community liaison for the Riverside Drive project, DOT. I'm sorry I logged in a little late.
It's okay.
Can I give my report now?
Yes,
Okay,
we're running back. Yes.
Okay. So most of the activities are taking place in front of the River Arts building. The contractor has recently completed the roadway concrete pour in front of that particular building. They anticipate to do the sidewalk placement in a couple of weeks. I will send a notice about this once I have an actual date. And then the next phase of the work, it will start from that building up to the intersection of Riverside Drive West and Riverside Drive in the middle of May. So also, once I have an actual date, I will send a notice regarding this.
And that's the rehabilitation of the viaduct that runs from Riverside
Viaduct,
Drive
correct.
to 158, correct?
It's from 153rd to Riverside Drive West and the intersection of Riverside Drive West and Riverside Drive, so further north.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Is there anyone else that needs to report or has a questions for any other agencies that are here present?
Hi, it's Humberto. Can you hear me?
Yes, hi, Humberto.
Hi, sorry about that. I was slow to unmute. I just wanted to introduce myself very briefly. It's Humberto Galarza from New York City Department of Environmental Protection. I'm with Community Affairs. If anybody has any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me. And very briefly, I just go over your stats. We received 267 complaints, DEP related, from 311 in the month of March for your district. And quickly, the top three are noise from construction before, after hours with 54 complaints. Hydrant, yeah, that's the noise is always the number one complaint across the board. Hydrant valve box missing with 28 service requests, and then number three, noise from barking dog with 24 complaints. And again, we received 267. Usually it's noise, and then as we get we get warmer weather, we receive some hydrant issues. But I will send this over to you, and let me know if you need it, if you need anything else.
All right, thank you, Humberto. Is there anyone else that would like to report? or has any questions for the folks that are on the call?
Hey, good morning, everyone. Briefly here, Alberto Roldan, MTA, Assistant Director of Government Relations. Just a quick announcement regarding an upcoming business resource fair that the Inwood Merchants Association is hosting on April 27th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the North End Food Hall at 4300 Broadway. I mentioned that because, as many of you may be aware, the MetroCard is soon to go away. Don't have a date yet, but we have Omni as well, and we're looking to convert many merchants to become Omni retailers. So any community businesses that may be interested in becoming an Omni retailer, feel free to come to this event. We'll have our staff there to walk through any questions you may have. So again, April 27th, 10 a.m., 2 p.m. I'll send details to you, Paola, so you can share with your networks as well.
Okay, I have a quick question, Alberto. As you know, we have some older folks that are not too technically savvy and they are very used to their MetroCards. And what plans do you guys have I noticed that some of these train stations have been, like the one here has a customer service office now where MTA representatives can assist people with questions or concerns. But I'm wondering, how would that transition be, and if you have anything in place for the older adults?
Sure. So good question. So just so you know, our current reduced fare customers, 65 plus or qualifying disability, will automatically receive the Omni version of what could be the MetroCard in the mail.
Okay.
So we're doing that for them automatically. So they have to do nothing else, just wait. And we'll also have, like you mentioned, our station agents are stationed throughout, and they're there to help answer any questions that folks may have should they need more assistance.
Oh my God, Alberto, please send me any information that you got regarding that transition for the older adults from the reduced fare to that new Omni card. So when the folks come here, especially here to this office, I can explain that it's an automatic transition, that they don't have to do anything. Everything is based on their records, so the new card would just get mailed to them, correct?
Correct. And I'm excited to say that I'll also share with you a digital version of the application for both 65 plus or those that have a disability. So they can, if they don't have the benefit already, they can apply. And that's just the easiest part. Apply. Once you get that, we'll send you the card.
Oh my God, that's absolutely great. Please, Alberto, send that to me. I've put my email on the chat, so feel free to send me that and any other pertinent information that you might think would be applicable. Okay.
Sure. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that needs to report or has any questions for the folks on the call? Okay. Having said that, then I am looking forward to adjourning this meeting. Is there any old business or new business that you need me to follow up or have questions? I see.
Paula, I'm sorry, can you just put your email in the chat so that I can email you that information?
Yeah, I'll do it because I put it too further up, so it's lost in the conversation.
Okay, thank you.
I'll do that immediately. Okay. So, like I said, if there's anyone that needs to address anything with me, I am putting my email on the chat. Ebenezer will be out, so I'll be covering for a few weeks. So please feel free to communicate any emergency or any situation that you have to us here at CB12. I just want to also provide you here with our general email. I know that I've asked a lot of you to send us, flyers, information, or anything that you want us to disseminate. But we also have our own, you would say, general inbox, and I'm providing that here in the email as well. So if any of you have any flyers, any information, anything that you want us to put in our newsletter, this would be the email that you need to do that for, okay? So thank you everybody for joining me this morning. This meeting is officially adjourned at 11:21. Thank you, and hopefully I'll see you again next month. Have a good day.
Thanks, you too.
Thanks, Paula.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Likewise.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a good day, guys.
Thank
Be safe.
Thank
Have
you.
a good one.
Thanks, Paula.